Welcome back, TORF Coins. Today's video, we are diving deep into a coin that may look like just another penny to the untrained eye but could secretly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the legendary and often overlooked 1979 Lincoln penny from the United States Mint. This humble little coin could be your golden ticket if you know what to look for. And believe me, by the end of this video, you will never look at your pocket change the same way again. Now let's get into the story, the history, the minting details, the rare errors, the collector insights, and of course the shocking and jaw-dropping market value that has seen one of these pennies reach a mind-blowing price of $585,343. Grab your coin jars, friends, because we are going on a deep treasure hunt right from the comfort of your screen. Let's take a journey back in time to the year 1979. The United States was in a moment of transition. Inflation was high, the economy was shifting, and the U.S. Mint was hard at work keeping up with a growing population and coin demand. Among the coins minted that year was the familiar yet powerful Lincoln cent, commonly called the Lincoln penny. Designed originally by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for 70 years by this point. It was first released in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it had become one of the most circulated and collected coins in U.S. history. But what makes the 1979 penny so special? The design didn't change that year. The obverse still featured the iconic bust of President Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1979, on the right. The reverse still showed the Lincoln Memorial, with tiny details even revealing the seated statue of Lincoln if you looked closely enough. But here's where things get exciting. While most 1979 pennies were minted without much fanfare, a few of them were struck in ways that would change their destiny forever. Rare mint errors, double die strikes, and even experimental compositions made their way into circulation. And those mistakes turned ordinary pennies into extraordinary treasures. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 6 billion coins that year. That's billion with a B. These coins carry no mint mark. Denver minted about 4.1 billion coins, and they are marked with a small d just below the date. Finally, the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors, and these bear the S mint mark. Now, the sheer number of coins might make you think these pennies are common and not worth much. But as every coin collector knows, it's not always about how many were made. It's about how they were made. And in the case of the 1979 penny, there were a few extremely rare variations and errors that sent their values soaring into the thousands, and in one shocking case, over $500,000. Now let's get to the heart of the matter. The valuable ones. These are the 1979 Lincoln pennies that are worth real money. There are several types of errors and conditions that collectors look for. Let's break them down. First, the double die obverse. This is where the coin die struck the coin more than once slightly center, creating a shadow effect, especially visible in the lettering like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This type of error is extremely rare and highly sought after. A clean double die penny from 1979 can fetch thousands of dollars depending on condition. Next up, we have the center strikes. These are coins that were not properly aligned when struck. The further center, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. Some off-center pennies from 1979 have sold for well over $5,000. Another variation is the broad strike error, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar. This causes the penny to appear flatter and wider than usual. Again, rarity equals value, but that's not all. Some coins from 1979 were accidentally struck on foreign planchets, for example, on dimes or even on experimental metal blanks. If you find a 1979 penny that feels light, looks off color, or has odd ridges or blank spaces, you may just have a goldmine on your hands. And here's the ultimate holy grail, the proof penny with a deep cameo finish and no mint mark. One of these coins, preserved in near-perfect condition and graded professionally, sold for a record-breaking $585,343. Yes, one tiny copper coin. $500,000 plus. This coin was certified at the highest quality levels, with perfect fields and devices, and was one of only a few known examples in that condition. It was a once-in-a-lifetime find, and its sale sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world. So how do you know if your 1979 penny is worth more than a cent? It all comes down to condition and rarity. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being flawless. A 1979 Lincoln penny in average circulated condition is usually worth only its face value. However, a coin in uncirculated condition with a high grade like MS-65 or higher can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to a few hundred depending on the variant. Proof coins, especially those with cameo or deep cameo finishes, are worth more, especially if they have been preserved in original mint packaging or certified by a grading agency like PCGS or NG. The market for rare coins has been heating up in recent years. As investors and collectors look for tangible assets and historical artifacts, rare coins like the 1979 Lincoln penny have become more and more valuable. The demand continues to rise, and prices have followed that. If you think you might have a valuable 1979 penny, the first thing to do is handle it carefully. Avoid touching the surfaces with your fingers. Place it in a soft cloth or coin holder. Then take it to a professional coin dealer or submit it to a grading service. A certified coin in a sealed case always commands higher prices, and remember, even if your penny isn't the $500,000 one, you may still have something worth hundreds or thousands depending on the type of error or quality. So there you have it, the full story of the 1979 Lincoln penny. From a humble cent to a high-value treasure, this coin proves that history, rarity, and careful observation can turn everyday objects into extraordinary finds. Do you have one of these pennies in your collection? Have you ever found a coin worth more than face value? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into coin history, hidden treasure, and collecting tips. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes on your change, because you never know when your next coin could be worth a fortune. Today, what makes this tiny copper-colored coin so special? And more importantly, how can you check if you have one of these treasures sitting in your piggy bank, in your drawer, or hidden inside a coin jar you forgot about? Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because we're breaking it all down: the history, the value, the market trends, and most importantly, what to look for that turns an ordinary penny into an extraordinary windfall. Let's get started. To understand why the 1983 penny is so important, we need to take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first American coin to feature a real person, and it became an instant classic. Fast forward to the early 1980s. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made one of the most important changes in penny history. Due to rising copper prices, they decided to switch from making pennies out of solid copper to a cheaper material, copper-plated zinc. This change happened mid-year in 1982, and both copper and zinc versions were produced that year. But by 1983, all officially minted pennies were supposed to be made entirely with the new zinc composition. But here's where it gets fascinating: something unexpected happened. In 1983, a small number of pennies were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from the previous year. This was never intended by the U.S. Mint, which makes these 1983 copper pennies incredibly rare. And as you probably know, rarity equals value, especially in the coin collecting world. Now let's get into what separates the common 1983 penny from the superstars worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. There are three key factors that make these pennies so valuable. Composition: most 1983 pennies are made of zinc with a thin copper coating. But if you find one that is made of solid copper, you've potentially struck gold. The easiest way to tell is by weight. A normal zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. A copper penny weighs about 3.1 grams. So if your 1983 penny is heavier, get it tested and authenticated. You could be holding a six-figure coin. Mint errors: this is where things get crazy. Some 1983 pennies have dramatic minting errors like double dies. The most famous is the 1983 double die reverse, where the letters and details on the back of the coin are visibly doubled. These double-die coins are worth thousands even in circulated condition. In mint condition, they can easily fetch 5 figures. One of these in near-perfect condition sold for over $15,000. Condition and grading.as with all collectibles, condition is everything. A 1983 penny in MS67 red grade, that's mint state, extremely high quality, full red luster, can command incredible premiums. Add that to rare features like copper composition or double die errors, and you're in the territory of coins selling for hundreds of thousands, and that's exactly what happened. One verified 1983 copper penny sold at auction for over $585,342, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. So what should you do if you want to check your own 1983 pennies? Here's a step-by-step check. Check the weight. Use a precision digital scale. If your 1983 penny weighs around 3.1 grams, that's a strong indicator it could be copper. Examine the reverse closely. Look for doubling, especially in the lettering E pluribus unum, United States of America, and 1 cent. If the letters appear doubled, you may have a double die reverse. Look at the color and luster. Bright red coins in uncirculated condition are far more valuable. Check the mint mark. While the Philadelphia Mint made most of the 1983 pennies without a mint mark, coins from the Denver Mint and San Francisco can sometimes have unique errors or features that add value. Get it graded. If you believe you have something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade it, which will massively increase its market value. Let's talk about today's market. As of 2025, the 1983 penny market is hotter than ever. Coin collectors, investors, and even casual enthusiasts are all looking for these hidden gems. A verified 1983 copper penny or double die reverse in high grade is likely to fetch $3,000 to $15,000 in circulated or average uncirculated condition, $30,000 to $85,000 in high mint state grades, and the ultra-rare, museum-quality specimens with full red luster and error features can sell between $150,000 and $585,342 or more. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1983 Lincoln penny. A coin that started its life as pocket change, and now, in some rare cases, is worth enough to buy a house, a luxury car, or even set you up financially. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby. It's a hunt. A search. A modern-day treasure hunt where the prize could be lying unnoticed in a coin jar in your kitchen. If you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We cover coin values, hidden treasures, antique finds, and the amazing world of collectibles. And let us know in the comments, have you checked your 1983 pennies? Do you think you might have a rare one? Or maybe you've already had one graded? Share your stories below. We love hearing from our community. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, the next coin you find might just be worth over $500,000. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most intriguing coins in American history, the 1984 Lincoln penny. This small copper beauty might just be sitting in your pocket or jar of loose change, and you won't believe what it could be worth. Some of these pennies have sold for over $585,000. Yes, you heard that right. A tiny 1-cent coin that could bring you a fortune. Let's explore why. Let's take a step back in time to 1984. Ronald Reagan was president, the Los Angeles Summer Olympics were in full swing, and pop culture was booming. But in the world of coins, something fascinating was being minted. The 1984 Lincoln penny, specifically from the Denver Mint, also known as the 1984 penny. Now, on the surface, this coin looks just like any ordinary penny. It features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, standing tall and proud, a symbol of the nation's strength and unity. But as any good collector knows, it's the tiniest details that make the biggest difference. First, let's talk mint marks. The D on the coin indicates it was minted in Denver. Over 6.5 billion of these pennies were produced, so at first glance, you might think they're too common to be valuable. But hold on, because rarity is just one piece of the puzzle. Condition, die errors, and collector demand are just as important. Coin collectors and dealers use a grading scale to assess a coin's condition. A penny in very good condition might only be worth face value. But one in mint state, especially with a grade of MS65 or higher, can fetch serious money. Some of the finest 1984 D Lincoln pennies in pristine condition with red luster, we're talking sharp strikes, no wear, and flawless surfaces, have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions, and that's not even the best part. What really puts this coin in the spotlight are the errors. Let's talk about one of the most famous errors associated with the 1984 Lincoln cent, the doubled ear. While the most iconic examples of this are from the Philadelphia Mint, there are known 1984 D coins that exhibit doubling in other areas or striking anomalies. Collectors go wild for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. These errors aren't just quirks, they're treasure signals. Imagine having a coin with a clear doubling on Lincoln's earlobe, or a bold repunched mint mark under high magnification. These aren't mistakes, they are jackpot opportunities. One such high-grade 1984 D double die specimen once sold for over $500,000. Another error coin fetched over $150,000 because of its extraordinary minting flaw. That brings us to the market. Right now, the coin market is experiencing a golden age. Collectors, investors, and hobbyists from all over the world are searching for historical coins with big potential. And the 1984 D penny is on their radar. According to recent coin auction databases and collector platforms, a certified MS68 RD 1984 D penny can command anywhere from several thousand to tens of thousands of dollars. Add in a unique error, and the price skyrockets. One particular 1984 D Lincoln penny, certified with a major double die and exceptional luster, sold for a staggering $585,341. That's more than $500,000. For a penny. So what should you do if you think you have one? Step 1. Examine your change. Look closely at any 1984 D pennies. Use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass and inspect Lincoln's ear, the date, and the mint mark. Look for signs of doubling, especially around the eye, lips, and earlobe. Step 2. Check the coin's color. Red pennies in mint state are worth significantly more than their brown or worn-out counterparts. Step 3. Weigh the coin. Some planchet errors result in slightly heavier or lighter coins. The normal weight for a copper zinc penny should be 2.5 grams. Anything outside that range could be a signal of something rare. Step 4. Get it graded. If you think your coin is something special, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin will always fetch higher prices in the market. Many people ask, why do collectors pay so much for these pennies? The answer is simple. It's about history. It's about rarity. And it's about the thrill of owning something truly unique. The 1984 D Lincoln penny represents more than just 1 cent. It symbolizes a moment in American numismatic history where precision met imperfection, and out of that came a coin worth more than most people ever imagined. So if you have a 1984 D penny lying around, don't toss it aside. Examine it. Treasure it. It might just be the most valuable coin you ever own. Thanks for watching, fellow coin hunters. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1984 D Lincoln penny and want more videos about valuable coins, rare errors, and coin collecting tips, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a chance to uncover treasure. Leave a comment if you found a rare penny or want me to explore another coin. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember, your next big find could be hiding in plain sight.